Every now and then, like millions of other Americans, I'll be browsing TikTok, and on occasion, I'll come across a product on TikTok Shop that I feel deserves a little extra special attention. And this past week, a specific product caught my eye. It's by this green box here by PuffiAir, and it's called a lung detox. Now, they advertise this as a diffuser that is supposed to help detoxify your lungs. So essentially, a vape that you vaporize to detoxify your lungs. Now, without further ado, let's just go ahead and watch these two videos circulating TikTok Shop. And then let's discuss if this actually works or if this is just a total scam. And actually, well, I'll be honest, it's a scam and it's actually probably far more dangerous than you may think. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. Like, I love watching this again. Clear lungs, some mucus, 2.4 times lung power. What's that mean? Like, again, mucus, 4.2 times lung capacity. 4 reasons a sportsman needs this. What in the world am I even watching? Where did those statistics even come from? What's so urgent about this? I don't even understand this. When this caught my eye, this was my exact response. WTF. What did I just watch? What is this garbage? And why does it have 1.2 million views? Now, fortunately, it looks like I even commented on there. WTF, you're doing people dirty, which you are. So then you see all these comments, and a lot of people were actually pretty smart to say, hey, I don't think vaping anything is a good way to detoxify your lungs. So naturally, I was curious if there was other videos.
Question: can kids buy it? Let's settle this once and for all. These diffusers are nic and chemicals free. They blow just plants, vitamins, and caffeine for an all-energy boost. So no, kids can't inhale them. Answer the question.
So the craziest thing about this video is it doesn't actually contain caffeine unless I'm overlooking something. And like the funniest part here is like right at the end of the video, they show you the ingredients. Mullein, thyme, mint. This is propylene glycol and vegetable glycerin, which we're going to talk about in a minute here, PG and VG, because these are two ingredients found in almost any vape product. What you have here, this is the PuffiAir website, okay? These are their nutrition facts. All right, contains PG and VG. Okay, 40% propylene glycol to throw that out there for what that's worth. Now they have this here as like some aromatherapy product, and it's labeled as a convenient essential oil inhaler pen. Okay, so they are talking about the inhalation of these ingredients as an inhaler pen. And they say it gives you up to 300 puffs of herbal vapor for on the go lung support. So what the claim here is that you can detoxify your lungs and that you can support lung health through vaping a product, through the vapor created from these essential oils and these herbs. Okay. Now, I think anyone with common sense would say this is a bad idea, but like, why is this a bad idea, right? Outside of just common sense. Well, here's the problem. And you guys, the quickest way to get research now, you don't need to go to Google, pop on Chat GPT and just ask Chat GPT to summarize the research for you. Okay. So the question becomes, why is vaping vegetable glycerin VG a bad thing? And what has vaping vegetable glycerin been associated with? Now, mind you, VG is 33% of this product. Propylene glycol, which is even worse, is 40% of this product. Okay. And essentially, what this comes down to is it's not that these products are trying to harm you or hurt you. Even regular vape products, they're not trying to kill you. They want their customers to live as long as possible. When you vaporize oils, when you vaporize vegetable glycerin, and when you vaporize propylene glycol, PG, it creates byproducts. And these byproducts are toxic compounds like aeroclin, formaldehyde, acetaldehyde. Okay, which is really funny too because they have like a liver support detox pen that I think I saw in here. Yeah, let me see that, Sarah. Yeah, they got one for the liver, which is really ironic because the byproducts of these things, acetaldehyde, which is like terrible for your liver, right? I think that's a byproduct of alcohol. When you break down alcohol, acetaldehyde, that's what damages the liver, which is just really funny that they're advertising this as a liver detox because they got 5% milk thistle, whatever. I'm getting sidetracked. So what happens when you vape VG and PG, which make up a majority of these products? Okay. Thermal decomposition of the ingredients, right? So when it's heated, it makes toxic compounds that can pose long-term health risk, respiratory irritation, throat irritation, coughing, wheezing. It can make things like asthma worse. Lipid accumulation in the lungs. Although vegetable glycerin is not an oil, it can contribute to lipid-like accumulations in the lungs over time, similar to with the concerns of vaping other liquids, causing inflammatory conditions like lipoid pneumonia, which is where these little fats build up in the lungs. The risk of developing popcorn lung. Its role as a carrier for other chemicals could contribute to the risk, it looks like. And then the unknown long-term health effects. You can then ask ChatGPT to cite your sources: American Lung Association, NIH News. Great. And then you got to go on and say, well, you know what? Is there any literature out there that expresses the safety of vaping mullein or the effectiveness of vaping mullein for lung health, right? Because that's kind of the whole pitch here. Because like mullein teas were very popular on TikTok Shop and whatnot. And that I understand for lung health and clearing out mucus. That I get. But is there any literature out there for vaping it? And the answer is actually no. Studies show that heating essential oils in vaping devices creates VOCs, volatile organic compounds, which is like what we talked about above, which irritate and harm lung tissue. Okay. As well as the creation of byproducts, including acetone, formaldehyde, acetaldehyde, which is also not good for your lungs. Many health organizations, including the American Lung Association, warn that essential oils should not be used in this way due to the lack of regulatory oversight. That's how we wind up with garbage like this being promoted on TikTok. Can kids buy these? Yeah, of course kids can buy them. They're nic free. They contain caffeine. It doesn't even contain caffeine. This person couldn't even get a 5-second TikTok shop video right because they didn't even take that much time to look at the ingredients, you guys. And this person is just selling off their affiliate links. They're just cleaning house off of affiliate links on those sales. Whatever. I got to go back here. The funny thing is, there's no evidence, okay, that mullein being vaporized is beneficial for things. I understand the thought process. We're going to vaporize mullein. It's going to go directly into the lungs and it's going to work very quickly because it's going to have a high rate of absorption. But isn't that offset by the fact that your product is 40% vegetable glycerin and propylene glycol, like over 50% made up of stuff that literally turns into volatile organic compounds when vaporized? I mean, and isn't it odd that like no doctor or health professional is recommending to patients that smoke to start vaping mullein and vaping PG and VG? Isn't that a little odd? Right? I get proper hydration, breathing exercises, anti-inflammatory foods, exercise, and mullein tea. I get that. But to say that vaping it is safe is so outlandish. And these videos are doing millions of views on TikTok Shop. And this company is making some really good money. They're pumping on Amazon, they're pumping on TikTok Shop, and it's all built on lies. And let's say it's not a lie. Let's say they truly believe that this is beneficial. You're making claims that are so far from proven, and I don't even care about that, right? Like I make supplements to help people quit vaping and quit smoking, and I understand being in a supplement space that sometimes you have to make claims that stick out a little more and that are a little more outrageous because the FDA and the FTC are so strict on things. But when you see something that's like outright dangerous to people, potentially dangerous, and you're advertising that as something that's healthy, that's where I draw the line. And I'm like, someone's got to call it out. So hopefully that's what we did in today's video, guys. I don't fall for stuff. Do your own research. And if you're lazy like me, use ChatGPT to do research. Ask it questions, have it cite the resources for you, have it cite the statistics for you. Make it quick and easy. But this is junk in my opinion. And it's crazy because people are falling for it. It's crazy. Yeah, and I love this too. People are like, it's plant powered. Tobacco's a plant too. Cannabis is a plant too. Contains 4 times more tar than traditional tobacco plants in cannabis, right? Like absurd.